Imagine discovering an entire continent today, a land larger than Europe, a place filled with mountains, glaciers, hidden lakes, and potentially vast natural resources. Now imagine that no country owns it, no government controls it, no president rules it, no national flag has absolute authority over it. First, that sounds impossible. Every piece of land on Earth belongs to someone. Every island, every desert, every mountain range. So why is there one continent that belongs to nobody? A place claimed by several nations, yet officially owned by none. This is Antarctica, and the story of why nobody owns it may be one of the strangest political agreements in human history. Antarctica is unlike any other continent on Earth. It is larger than the United States and Mexico combined. Nearly 98% of its surface is covered by ice. Some of that ice is more than 4 kilometers thick. Temperatures can fall below -80 degrees Celsius. Powerful winds sweep across the frozen landscape. And for months at a time, parts of the continent experience either constant daylight or complete darkness. It is one of the most hostile environments on Earth. Yet Antarctica is not completely empty. Thousands of scientists live and work there each year. Research stations are scattered across the continent. Aircraft land on ice runways. Supply ships travel through dangerous polar waters. Entire communities temporarily exist in one of the harshest places imaginable. But unlike every other continent, Antarctica has no permanent population. Nobody is born there and becomes a citizen of Antarctica. There is no Antarctic government, no Antarctic military, no Antarctic currency, and perhaps most surprisingly, there is no country called Antarctica, which raises an obvious question. If nobody owns Antarctica, why hasn't someone claimed it already? The truth is that countries did try. Long before satellites and modern aircraft, explorers were fascinated by the frozen South. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, expeditions from around the world pushed deeper into Antarctica. As maps improved, governments began looking at the continent differently, not as an empty wilderness, but as territory. One by one, nations started claiming sections of Antarctica. Britain was among the first. Then came New Zealand, Australia, France, Norway, Chile, Argentina. Each nation drew lines across maps and declared ownership over enormous areas. Some claims overlapped, others directly conflicted. At one point, Britain, Chile, and Argentina all claimed portions of the same region. The situation became increasingly complicated, because Antarctica wasn't just ice. It represented strategic influence, scientific prestige, and potentially valuable resources. As the 20th century progressed, tensions grew. No major conflict erupted, but the possibility remained. And then the world entered a new era, the Cold War. Suddenly, Antarctica was no longer just a remote wilderness. It became a place where geopolitical rivalries could potentially expand. The world needed a solution before the continent became another battleground. In 1959, something extraordinary happened. 12 countries came together to sign what became known as the Antarctic Treaty. The agreement was simple, yet revolutionary. Instead of fighting over Antarctica, they would set those disputes aside. The treaty did not erase territorial claims, but it froze them. Countries that had claimed territory could maintain their positions. Countries that rejected those claims could continue rejecting them. Neither side would force the issue. Most importantly, no new claims could be made. The treaty also banned military activity. Antarctica would not become a battlefield. No military bases, no weapons testing, no military operations. Instead, the continent would be dedicated to peaceful purposes. Science would become the priority. Research stations from different nations would cooperate. Data would be shared. Discoveries would benefit everyone. In many ways, Antarctica became something rare, a continent managed through international cooperation rather than competition. At a time when much of the world was divided by Cold War tensions, Antarctica became one of the few places where rival nations could work together. The agreement was so successful that it remains in effect today, more than 6 decades later. And because of that treaty, Antarctica remains unlike any place on Earth. If Antarctica is mostly ice, why did countries care so much about it in the first place? Part of the answer lies beneath the surface. Scientists believe Antarctica may contain significant mineral resources. Coal deposits have already been identified. There may also be oil and natural gas reserves. Other valuable minerals could exist beneath the ice. The problem is that accessing them would be incredibly difficult and environmentally risky. Today, international agreements largely prohibit resource extraction. Protecting the continent remains a priority, but the existence of these resources creates an important question. What happens if the world becomes desperate for them? As populations grow and energy demands increase, the temptation to exploit Antarctica could become stronger, especially if climate change makes parts of the continent more accessible. For now, the ice protects much of what lies below, but nobody knows what future generations may decide, and that uncertainty keeps Antarctica politically important, even today. The Antarctic Treaty has survived for decades, but no agreement lasts forever. The world continues to change. Climate change is transforming polar regions. Technology is advancing. Resources are becoming increasingly valuable. As these pressures grow, questions about Antarctica may become harder to ignore. Will nations continue cooperating? Or will old territorial ambitions return? Nobody knows. What makes Antarctica remarkable is not simply its ice, or its size, or even its isolation. What makes it remarkable is that humanity chose a different path. Instead of dividing the continent completely, instead of fighting over it, countries agreed to preserve it, at least for now. In a world where land has often been a source of conflict, Antarctica stands as a rare example of restraint, a place where ownership was set aside for something larger. And that may be the most extraordinary thing about it. Antarctica remains the only continent on Earth that truly belongs to no one. Yet, in another sense, it belongs to all of us, a frozen reminder that cooperation is possible, even in a world often defined by competition.